Hello everyone, tonight and welcome back to Warhammer 40k TTS Breakdowns. We're doing episode 12 and 13 just because of mostly like the last time, just to make it easier on you guys, that's all. So yeah, and the reason why is there's nothing good game-wise, but don't worry. So basically this week you can expect 2 TTS Breakdowns. Let's begin. That was the new intro, which I will cover in the second video we look over.
I didn't know you could contact people through telepathy like that.
I was about to thank you for a job well done on stopping that Inquisitor, but then I remembered how headachingly retarded you are. Of course I can contact people telepathically. I'm a motherfucking emperor.
So why haven't you ever done that earlier? Like, before the text-to-speech device was implemented?
I have you fucking Chiquita, man. Quite a few times, in fact.
Oh, really? No. I haven't heard anything at all.
Have you ever used telepathy?
No, I haven't, sir. I'm not a psycho. I think.
Then shut the fuck up about it. You're obviously not aware that using telepathy to communicate like that can be really straining on the mind.
But my lord, aren't you the greatest psycho in the galaxy?
Now, if you're wondering, wait a minute, so Kitten's not a psyker, but he was able to receive the message. And if we look back to librarians, which are psychers, they would have the ability to communicate to one another. So then how the heck was simple? Psychers, it's kind of like you having a phone in a way, you know? Basically, if you're two psychers, one phone can receive the other message and the other one can send messages to and from. So then, what if one of those people don't have a phone? You're sending him messages constantly, and he's not going to receive them, so you need to put the extra effort in to trying to message them. That's all.
Shouldn't a little bit of telepathy be like taking a casual killing stroll through a field of unarmed Eldar to you?
It was easier in the past, when my psyche wasn't ravished to lunacy, and splintered by the endless agonizing torment I received from sitting on this throne. Slowly but surely I'm having my soul torn apart by the entropy of the war grinding against the powers of my mind, while my body decays in perpetual pain, and I'm being forced to live through every second of it.
Endless torment, my lord? Lunacy? Your soul being torn apart? What?
You don't have to remind me about what I just said, you fucking asshole. I'm not that senile just yet.
I didn't know it was like that, my lord. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it obvious? I've been sitting here on this fucking throne for 10,000 years, slowly rotting away while constantly powering the Astronomicon and fighting off the horrors of the warp at the same time. It's no walk in the fucking park, you dipshit. Just sitting still without moving for this long is horrible. Can you even begin to imagine the muscle cramps I have experienced? Also, my nose has been itching like a lawnmower ever since I was put here. It doesn't even exist anymore, but it just keeps itching. And I know exactly who to blame for it.
So I'm going to have to explain that. So the Emperor is basically on a life support system, but his body is so slowly failing, which is in the lore for Hammer 40k, and that's what he's been doing in his soul. He's just been keeping a way to keep it safe for people to travel through the warp. That's all. And now I'm going to explain what the are these two people. Alright. So, this is the warp, which is again basically it's a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. Basically, you can time travel through the warp, you can mix realities in the warp. It's essentially the warp is like the Anthem of Creation from Anthem. It's a Deus Ex Machina, it's a plot device, you know, if it's like, hang on, how did this happen? The warp. That's how. But wait, how did the warp? But the warp. You know, you just blame it on the warp, and it's part of the lore. And now let's explain. So these are two of the four Chaos Gods. So first of all, we have on the left, that is Zinch. Zinch, I think that's his name is. Zinch and Nurgle. And yeah. And as the videos progress, we'll get into more details about these Chaos Gods. And yeah. But Zinch is all about like a small plot thing that triggers a series of events that can't even be explained. And Nurgle represents the pestilence, disease, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you ever wanted to blame someone for the coronavirus, blame this guy.
I hate you and everything you stand for. But Phantom Magic is probably the best thing you ever invented. And then he'll explode, destroying mankind, and then he will join us as a new Chaos God.
Now you're probably wondering, like, you see what I mean, how convoluted that is? That the Emperor would move his hand just to scratch his nose, causing him to destroy mankind because of the warp would shut down, and he would form into a new Chaos God. Now if you're wondering, why would he be a Chaos God? Simple. He's the Emperor.
Justice Plan! Oh, this is so interesting.
Oh, I forgot to mention, she's here. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm going to have to explain who the is this one. This is Slanesh. She's all about sex, pleasure, all that stuff. She's the Chaos God of that. But that's pretty much that. There's also this other Chaos God. I'm going to have him on the screen. His name is Korn, and he's just the God of War. And blood for the Blood God.
It's getting me so damn horny. Anyone can please let this chair next to you beside me and let me as hard as you can. The ever-living motherfucking cock biscuits sold my chain axe.
Oh, my Emperor. To think that you suffered this absolutely atrocious fate to keep mankind alive. You truly are the graceful guardian of our entire species.
Thanks, I get that a lot. So yes, sitting on this throne for an extended period of time is absolutely grade A fucking awful.
No, what do you use profanity all the time?
Shut up, you fucking cockstogies, and my fucking nose is killing me fucking damn.
I know. Let's change the subject. Maybe that'll get your mind off it.
Do it fucking fast. I'm feeling a giant orc storm incoming.
So how about those trade legions, huh?
So the Traitor Legions are the 9 founding chapters that betrayed the Emperor and stuff like that, led by Horus during the Horus Heresy.
Everyone.
Hang on, what the heck? I'm kind of curious. Meanwhile, on Mars, so in Warhammer 40k, Mars turned into a Forge World, which is just a massive factory kind of planet that manufactures weapons and stuff. And it is ruled by the Adeptus Mechanicus, which are basically robotic people who despise the flesh and replace it with machinery. So we have 2 tech priests, and in the background is the leg of a Titan.
Everyone, you have to listen. It better be important, number 87453.
Now, if you're wondering why they went by numbers, again, that's just how they are. They're just machines.
We are busy staring at this piece of metal. We've received absolutely technorific news.
Ooh, did they move Toaster 6 stage today?
Even better, they found a new best.
A reference to just the Adeptus Mechanicus having sex with toasters.
Sea fragment on a planet right on the border of the Segmentum Solar, in the so-called Arroyo subsector. Is this really true? Yes. An expedition fleet is on its way right now.
Oh, I just oiled my robes.
Okay, so I should probably explain what an STC is. During the golden age of mankind, we create these blueprints called STCs. These suckers have the ability to create anything. Now, it's not really unknown what an STC is. It could be something like, I want a sandwich, and it would just give me the ingredients and stuff and how to make the sandwich and everything. Or I would say to it, I want a sandwich, and it would take things nearby to make the sandwich for me. And we don't even know what an STC really is and what it looks like. But basically, when mankind did the big back to the Stone Age kind of crap, which the warp and everything, it destroyed most 95% of the STCs. Any other remaining STCs are still out and about, and they are extremely rare to find. And if you're wondering why the Adaptus Mechanicus are after these STCs and not like, let's just say they have a long religious rule, and it's more of the lines of, it ain't, if it's not written on paper, we ain't not going to make it. So it gotta be written. It must be written. We're not going to reverse engineer something, and then we're going to make a blueprint. No. No. We need it to be written, and it needs to be somewhere where we can write it. You understand?
Am I still alive? Oh, damn, I'm still alive.
Magnus, Wolfram, Perturabo, or
Oh my god. Am I going to have a field day with this one?
Lower Guard, Conrad, Enron, Alpharius, Omega.
Those are the 9 traitor legions. And I don't know how am I going to pull this off. But I think throughout this video, as I'm saying all their names, you probably have seen pictures of what they look like before they turned traitor legions. Because me trying to find their present pictures is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
And fucking Horus. My sons, created in the laboratories of Luna, made out of my very own genes. To think that they would ever fucking betray me.
Well, my lord, at least Lehman Russ, Ferris, Natus, Vulcan, Verbal Dawn, Reyes, Lionel Johnson, Jagatai Khan, and Clovis Gorax made loyal to you.
That's still not fucking good enough. I mean, I was a great fucking father to all of them, even if they all had their obvious flaws. Magnus being a nerdy fucking bookworm.
I should probably explain that. When the Emperor made the all of them, and with all those pictures, they all looked extremely different compared to the Emperor. They each took like a different theme of the Emperor. Like Magnus was a psyker as powerful as the Emperor, or equally as powerful. Actually, the Emperor was more powerful.
And the psyker not ever being able to stand up to the brothers who bullied them over it. Fulgrim being a sissy fucking brown noser who would rather indulge himself in his secret quest to obtain more fabulous hair than me. To this day, he has not succeeded. Perturabo was always so volatile and childish, constantly bitching and moaning when he didn't get as he wanted. Mordarian constantly smelled like shit from day one. Lower Guard watched Fireboy with a massive victim complex. Conrad could then stand a little fucking sunlight and kept feeling persecuted by his fantasies about a dark and depressing future. Enron was constantly mad. Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad. Probably because he had those fucking nails in his brain. Alpharius only
Yeah, that's actually canon.
had huge anonymity issues. And fucking Horus started off nice and friendly, but then he decided to stop trusting me when I left for Terra and became an edgy rebel instead, leading all traitor legions to Terra and then put me on this fucking throne.
So what started the Horus Heresy was the Emperor, the crusade to reunite humanity was almost over, and basically the Emperor went back to Kara so he could create, the Golden Throne and get that all operational to create a protective, crap, I forgot what it's called. It's not the warp, but that's going to be mentioned in the next episode about it. But yeah, to get it all nice and finished, so that way humanity doesn't have to worry about chaos or anything like that. And the problem is he didn't told his kids about it, mostly because of, hey, I don't want you guys knowing about chaos because chaos is bad. That's all. And if they start thinking of chaos, then chaos grows stronger. You see what I mean? That's all. It's one of those things like the best trick that the devil made was us believing in the devil, that kind of crap. But yeah. But essentially, basically, Logar was actually the Emperor's favorite. The Emperor always viewed Logar as his favorite. He made him his general of the armies and everything, that kind of thing. And Logar Horus really was mad because of like, why won't you tell me why? It's just one of those things. Personally, if my dad ever told me something like that, I would just believe him because surely when I get back to Terra, it's gonna be like a big surprise.
It is no wonder the most flawed sons of yours betrayed you. The pure, noble, and flawless ones were to remain, naturally.
I'd agree with you, but no. Even the loyal ones were flawed as fuck. Leman Russ was wicked, self-righteous, unnecessarily rash, and had a fetish for wolves. Ferris Manus was a brutish-ass brat with a survival of the fittest mindset, thinking all quote-unquote weakness within the human species needed to be destroyed. Vulcan died all the fucking time, and was always too damn nice. Rogaldorn was just way too uptight.
You know what, in second thought, guys, I think I've already done this as an editing thing. Basically, you're probably seeing, like, pictures of them, basically as the Emperor talks about them instead, because I feel like that's much better.
And brutally honest, never being capable of even telling a white little lie to make someone feel better about themselves. Robert Gilman always acted infallible in his steadfast claim to everything being held traditional, plain and unconfucking-ventional, yet wasn't as infallible as he wanted to believe. Lionel Johnson was just a mess, being both a self-absorbed, spiteful and envious prick and an honorable, courageous and dutiful warrior at the same time. Fucking confusing. Jagat Icon was always so fucking reckless and constantly hyped on speed. And lastly, Corvus Corax was always so infernally fucking angsty.
Oh, I see, my lord. Wait, what about Symphonius?
Don't you talk shit about my fabulous fucking hot boy. He died for me, so be grateful.
Alright, of course. Well, what about those other two products? I don't even remember their names.
We don't talk about them.
Why?
Because we don't talk about them.
Right, I won't ask it. However, I just can't.
So, to explain the last two, those were designed to be your chapter or something like that. Like, you can make your own Space Marine army and stuff like that. That's all. It was just one of those really creative things. And that's what I always loved about the old-fashioned Games Workshop back in the day. They really provided the person with so much creativity with just a single box of miniatures.
Understand why they betray you.
I know, right? I mean, sure, Beauregard grew up on a planet full of chaos worshippers, but that doesn't mean he could and start using his fucking brain. Especially once I came along to straighten him out. The rest seemingly just did it because they either were corrupted by chaos through Beauregard, took too much offense when I told them I had some damn things to do back on Terra, or when I tried to correct them when they were doing stupid things.
I have to ask, since that's apparently my duty nowadays, why did you not tell them what you were going to do back on Terra?
Well, what was I supposed to say? I can't just tell my own children that I'm building a gate into the webway because I need some.
That's it, the webway.
Our prostitutes are cheaper and a lot less shop.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, I can't just tell them that I'm building a gate into the webway because humanity needs some booting up in its transportation department, and Eldar webways are safer and a lot less shopping than warp travel.
Oh, that's what I thought.
So the Eldar booty thing, it's just an internal joke. That's all. Because you got the odd God Emperor, get some of that Eldar booty. That's all. But basically the webway is extremely safe. Like, we're talking like, I don't even know. The best way to describe it, like taking a car to Disney World, that's the warp. Taking a train into Disney World, that's the Disney train monorail. That's good stuff.
Did not take any risks with this project, and telling my sons would indeed have created unnecessary risks. Their trusting me should not have swayed when I left. It's not like I'm demanding full access disclosure to their everyday lives, even if I'm their father. I mean, imagine if I had, for example, stepped into Lionel Johnson's room and been all like, hey Sonny, how's building that homosexual nightclub coming along for you?
Oh yes, I fully understand, my lord.
In fact, as well as returning to Terra to build the human webway, I guess you could also say that I was testing them to see how my sons would work together without me to guide them. As it turned out, not much better than regular humans left to their own devices.
I see. Can I ask you about another thing?
You're going to anyway, regardless of how I answer, aren't you?
Even if all of your sons are obviously flawed, isn't there anything good about them? I mean, even the ones who betrayed you, is there anything good you see in them?
Well, now that you mention it.
Let's go to the next one. Alright. Episode 13. Oh crap, I told you guys I was gonna break this down. Sorry, here we go. Okay, so this is a map of Earth back in the medieval times. This is the shaman tribe about to commit global suicide to create the Emperor to avoid the Chaos Gods, because them discovering the Chaos Gods to create a weapon to destroy them. The Emperor being born, the time traveling as the Emperor becomes the King of Terra, making his pilgrimage, his sons, the Crusade. Oh, so this is the picture of the Emperor, and that's Sanguinius of him dying, and then that's Horus. Yeah, that was what the Emperor was talking about. Yeah, he took a bullet for him. And then it's dead, chaos spread, the death of the sun, which again, that's the Emperor, fire, which is the Emperor, and that, oh crap, that was the Inquisitor, that was just, greenskins, hang on. That was an orc. And that is Magnus the Red, okay, Magnus. And that's just a crap ton of just people we've seen so far. Kitten, and that one guy, his little Centurion. And Terra saying that the Emperor had a text-to-speech device.
From Terra say that they were to meet us here when we had delivered the goods. Surely they are soon here to witness our...
So I should probably explain exactly why were they here. The Ultramarines were deployed to bring back Magnus the Red. And yeah, this is them successfully doing it. So in the back is a massive transport ship with a billboard. I have no idea what planet this is. The 2 elite Ultramarines.
All will be reassured that the Ultramarines are the pride jewel of all space marine chapters in the galaxy.
And as you can see, that's the Emperor on their ship. It's just one of those cool little things. You know, like one of those old-fashioned bombers would have like a shark. My boys!
Greetings, O honorable custodian. I did not expect you to be the ones to pick up this cargo. Indeed, I thought the Adeptus Custodes never left the Imperial Palace.
Well, this is a very special occasion.
We need to proceed with speed, so if you wouldn't mind...
Of course, honorable custodians. As the Codex Astartes states within its sacred pages, the Ultramarines always deliver. Everything's horrible.
So this is a sacred protective seal box to trap demons in. And that human that's attached to it is a human who has no soul. You know, that's all. They're kind of like soulless people. They use it as a deterrent / a blocker for both ways, for internal and exterior powers to breach the secret seal. And you got an ultramarine symbol just because why not?
A true challenge for us Ultramarines to stuff it into that box. But by having it encased in vigorously blessed ceramite and having these flags strapped to it, we succeeded.
Okay, so I should probably say ceramite is their armor. It's what it's made out of. Think of it as durable as the Wolverine claws.
Would presume you all did not expect anything less from the greatest Astartes chapter of them all.
I don't even know what's in this box, but its presence feels shifty.
And that's just a reference to the Adeptus Custodes. They are capable of feeling that. Even with those levels of layers, they could sense danger.
But we're just here to pick it up anyway, so you middle pigments can just go away now.
Thank you, honorable Custodes. If Terra ever requires our aid again, you know where to find us. May the spiritual liege be with you. Courage and honor.
Wow, those guys are total assholes.
They're like the complete opposite of fabulous. Such disgrace.
Yeah, tell me about it. Stupid pricks.
I remember the time I cared about anything. Oh no, I forgot.
Anyway, let's get this box back to Terra post haste. Our glorious overlord awaits our return feverishly. And if any one of us wants a rightful spot as caretaker, we have to hurry.
Yes, let's get to it.
Yeah, so that leads on to those three wanting to take Kitten's position as the caretaker.
Emperor, I'm
expecting you to come off with such emotion and kindness about something like this. Truly, you are the ideal father figure, loving your sons no matter what happens to them.
Of course. Too bad it's fucking grating showing compassion and love, when every single second sitting on this is like having a cactus fervently stuck up your ass.
Oh yes, that's understandable, my lord. By the way, it seems the other custodians are to arrive soon.
My glorious overlord. We are here to give you what you sent for. Straight from that one space marine chapter with the repulsive reverse vagina as their insignia.
Indeed, my lord.
Wait. Oh man, that's rich.
Insignia.
Indeed, my lord. Hey, you realize I'm your fucking captain general, right?
Whatever you say. Now, bring in the cargo. Here it is, ready to be opened up like a tube of lotion on Emperor's Day.
It is full of sparkles and gold in here.
Good, now get the fuck out.
Oh, my glorious overlord. Are you sure you don't want us to stand guard as the box is opened? I mean, something dangerous could be in it.
I've already told you that I'm more than capable of looking after myself. Your awkward and trippy presence is not required. Now get the fuck out and for the last fucking time get some damn armor on before you poke someone's eyes out.
Very well, my lord. Believe you me. We won't do that last thing, though, because none of us ever heard what that was.
I said put some damn...
Be back later, my glorious overlord. Ta-da!
Sigh. One of these days, I'll get someone to throw a match at one of those guys. Let's see how much they appreciate their naked oiled up bodies then.
Hey, Golden Man, the thing in this box is very angry and very scary.
Son, do you know what's in the box? I have a hunch, but I refuse to believe it because it'll be too ridiculous.
Of course, I know you cussed hard. Now open the box and then back off quickly.
Very well, my lord.
So that is Magnus the Red, one of the traitor legions of the Thousand Suns. And he only has one eye, which is why his eye is red.
Where are those ultramarines? By Singe, I will boil you disdainful loyalists inside your own armors.
Wow. The Ultramarines succeeded in bringing Magnus here after all. That is absolutely fucking hilarious.
Father? Father? The Corpse Emperor? My father?
And that's what Chaos Soldiers call the Emperor, sometimes the Corpse Emperor, because he's nothing more than a corpse.
Yes, stop yelling so fucking loudly, you demonic good for nothing befender.
Dare you? I am at the peak of all psychic might. Lord Siege has blessed me with powers unimagined by mere mortals. Not
I should probably explain this. Only four of the traitor legions pledged themselves to an actual chaos god, and that chaos god alone. He blessed him and his army, which was blessed by Zinch with his power and everything.
even you will be able to stand against my wrath.
Shut the fuck up with your empty bravados, Magnus. I don't know how the fuck the Ultramarines actually managed to get you all the way from the Eye of Terror, but clearly your supposed psychic prowess only works when you fuck something up.
Stop mocking me! You never did anything but look down upon me for having my powers. Powers that you, yourself, also had. You never defended me when Russ and the others tormented me for it. But now, my powers have been recognized by my new lord, and he has boosted them tenfold. Now that I am in full control, I shall have my vengeance and kill you.
You have never been in control of anything since you gave yourself up to Zinch. The moment you met him, you lost. You don't even know it, but he's been feeding you dirt ever since he made his first move on you. I'm sure he didn't have any difficulty convincing you to join him, though, considering the way you seem to think about things. He made you dance in the pale moonlight, like a puppet, didn't he? That boy ain't any good for you, son.
I have been the master of
And that is how it all is, actually. Like, for instance, there was a report of a couple of Chaos Marines. They were purified, and they realized, wait a minute, what am I doing here? What? And it's almost like they just were being controlled by something else when they were Chaos Marines, Chaos Space Marines. Yeah, it's one of those interesting pieces of lore.
Destiny, ever since the day Lord Sage first contacted me. Not being allowed to ever.
Hang on, need date. Meanwhile, in the past of the Prosta Magenta home planet, which I think that was Magnus's home planet.
Being allowed to ever make use of the warp. The Narkia Council thing was so shitty. Well, I'll show them I don't need to stick to them.
So the Nakia Council thing was, he was with, Lehman Russ, yeah, it was Lehman Russ, who was the wolf guy. They fought together. His army utilized the warp to transform themselves into monsters, and Lehman Russ saw it and it was like, wait, hold the phone, what? You guys using, like, the warp and stuff? And from there, they got into a meeting and they talked about it. And it escalated into him just going back to his home planet just to read books.
Based on caveman superstition, I'll just continue my experiments.
And as you can see, Magnus was playing too much heavily with the warp power, so he got sucked into the warp.
It is fairly boring around here today, actually. He follows right after all. Perhaps I should just stop.
By the way, that was one of Sinch's demons. It was one of those, like, weird, it looks like a rayfish. Pretty cool miniatures if you want to paint them.
Oh, my eye. It hurts just to look at it. What are you supposed to be?
No one too important. I might not have any form of significance whatsoever in anyone's life. That, or I may actually be the most important being in the galaxy.
None of what you said made any sense or helped me in any way figure out what the fuck you are supposed to be.
And that is Sinch in one sentence.
Seriously, what's with all those tentacles?
For now, it does not matter who I am. Maybe it does matter. Chances are that I have some information that may or may not interest you about the future.
And what is it?
Something absolutely horrible about your beloved brother, Horace.
Horace? What is it you know? Tell me.
Nope. But I will make you an offer that you can't refuse.
Not sure I can really trust that. I mean,
Can't you tell how trustworthy I am by my looks?
nope, not at all. Besides, I think my father would.
Ooh, Daddy's boy is too good for me in my office.
Stop it.
He's going to refuse my offer he can't refuse.
Silence!
Maybe it's because he enjoys being the bottom bitch, and because he doesn't have the balls to take his rightful place at the top.
No, I don't have to take their shit or your shit. Fuck it, fuck you, I am in.
Right on cue, genius. Now come closer and I'll tell you everything.
So the best way of explaining is he told them about the future about Horus. We're going to betray the Emperor and betraying the entire Imperium and stuff like that.
Wait, Horace is going to do what?
Yeah, right. Give that vengeance your best shot, son. You'll never be able to destroy me as much as you already have. If it were not for your immature use of your powers, I would not be sitting here on this throne all skeletal and shit.
No, it's not my fault that me and my psychic powers managed to ruin your feeble project when I tried to save you. Lord Sage just... Oh, damn it. I tried my best to save Horus from his folly, but I failed. I still have a chance.
Yeah, so basically Manlish tried reaching out to Horus, but that failed.
Nothing will be lost if I can warn Father. There's still time to warn him. I could save everyone. If there wasn't a fucking wall in the way.
So this is the Webway. I have no idea what the depictions of it is, but this is the Webway's wall. This keeps out the warp and stuff. Think of it like a border wall.
What will I do now?
Stop, Tomato Man.
You again? Get out of here. I don't need any more of your help.
looks to me like you know, Sonny.
You can't help me. This wall's built up with some incredible psychic powers for a purpose, and I am not going to break it down. Father put it here for a reason, and I won't transgress any further.
Not going to, or not able.
Don't start this shit again, Octopus Face. I won't fall for it. Even if I destroy this wall, it might have terrible, terrible consequences. I mean, I don't even know what purpose it has.
Ooh, Cyclops boy is being reasonable. He doesn't want to mess with what he doesn't understand because he enjoys living in ignorance, not wanting to break his frail little psyche.
Seriously? You're really doing this again?
Oh, you come along here to warn your father, but as soon as a small obstacle comes in your way, you give up immediately.
Shut up! I already tried getting through it without breaking it. I'm not strong enough. It's built up by a psychic might that surpasses my own.
He's not strong enough because he's a freaking pussy that shits himself upon seeing the absolutely terrifying inanimate objects. Maybe we should get someone ballsy enough like Lehman Russ to do it instead.
No, I am better than that ignorant savage. Also, I don't have time for this shit. Time is of the essence and I have to get through.
Smart choice. Let me give you a power boost.
I did it!
Wait, hold up. I think I saw something. You are all free now. Oh, yeah.
I did it! I am the mightiest psyker in the galaxy! I am the strongest! Suck it, Lehman, you furry fuck!
And what happened was she just destroyed the webway. And without the wall to keep out the demons, he just released all the demons. And by the way, these are all Zinch's own personal demon army and stuff that he created, or slash the warp created because of him. As you can see, it is just absolutely, and don't worry, we didn't miss anything. Again, it's just, as you can tell, it's just all questions.
Well, off to see Father. Father, something terrible is going to...
The picture before that was just some tech priests and custodians. And as you can see, he just destroyed the webway, and he is, and the father just got mad.
Shit. You're right.
The aftermath of that was he left, and of course they were like, Lehman Russ, go after Magnus, and bring him back here to Terra right now. And that failed because Magnus pledged himself to Zing. She went back to the warp, end of story. And then to the modern times of Warhammer 40k lore, the Space Wolves and them are still at war with each other. But Magnus has engaged combat with Wuwupe Gilliman.
I've been playing along. I am a fucking puppet to fate, aren't I?
If you hadn't broken through that wall I had set up, ruined my masterful webway project, and let a fuck ton of demons into the Imperial Palace, I would be helping.
Oh yeah, that also happened.
Happy and able to scratch my fucking nose right now. In addition, did you really think me saying not to use your powers was me bullying you? I was trying to protect you and prepare you for something greater, dumbass.
Well, maybe if you had told us of the powers of chaos before we were enlightened by it, maybe we wouldn't have turned against you like this. This is still all your fault, you damnable lich!
The risk in informing you about the powers of chaos was too great. Especially to someone like you, who always took such massive fucking interest in the cult shit like that.
That's because before the cursed day when you found me on Prospero, I was living my life with scholars who accepted the use of the warp. They were kind and open to knowledge, something you have never been. That's probably just another reason why you had Lehman Russ's pack come to Prospero. So burn it!
I never told Lehman Russ to burn Prospero, you fucking crybaby.
Yeah, that was something on Lehman Russ's own accord. Please note that homeward was burnt after he broke the warp and all that stuff, and they tried to bring him back. But Magnus rebuilt Prospero in the warp, because, that's how they do it, and that's where he resides.
Why else would he do it?
I had Lehman Russ sent there to arrest you and bring you to me, so I could spank the shit out of you and then give you a chance to redeem yourself.
No, you lie! You're lying!
The reason why Lee Van Russ attacked you was because fucking Boros told him that I had changed my mind and wanted you dead. Fucking Mars, the one you joined during the heresy, was the one who orchestrated all this. So what was that about controlling?
I really don't know if that's true or not, due to the fact that for me the Horus Heresy is like learning about all three wars simultaneously.
Fate, but
Since you not thought everything was Magnus's fault not too long ago.
shut your fucking face and you cheese.
That is a meme, and that is it.
No. It can't be true. You must be lying.
You were and are very important to me and my future plans, Magnus. It just wasn't your time yet back then. Also, I may not ever have shown you the proper fatherly love you desired, but I love you nonetheless. And now I have brought you here to give you what I have been intending to give you for so long. A second chance.
And that has concluded this week's episodes and stuff like that. We'll be focusing on Magnus a lot more. My goal is to like get from 14 and 15 done next Sunday, and then that's it. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, thanks again, guys, and I'm out. Peace. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you would, please leave a like, subscribe, and most importantly, have a nice day.